What's up, everybody? Michael Sylvie here. You are watching The Weekly Scan.
The Weekly Scan.
This is the show where I go into a screener and I look for opportunities for the week ahead in the stock market. In today's episode, I'm going to be going over 4 different ticker symbols. Now, before I get into the computer, I want to leave a little disclaimer here. If you don't have experience day trading or swing trading or experience with technical analysis, please don't, load up your Robinhood app or your Webull app and start putting in money into my recommendations. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm 100% wrong all the time. That's what Peter Leeds always says, and I am too. Also, the market volatility has been absolutely incredible these last 2 weeks, and I do not think that volatility is going to let off anytime soon, especially with the concerns around the virus that is still in play. So, please, like I said before, if you do not have experience trading, don't just go throwing your money in, because these 4 ticker symbols that we're going to be going over, they can go the opposite way than what I believe that they're going to do, okay? So without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop into it. All right, welcome to my computer. Let's hop into the 4 ticker symbols that we will be discussing for the opportunity for the week ahead. Here we go. All right, so this is ticker symbol LNG. The first thing that stands out to me right now is this nice big hammer candle, which could potentially represent a bounce. And if you look down here at the volume bar, it is above average volume. If you kind of just piece back and you look back throughout history. And then you have the indicator, the RSI, which it is oversold. So this bounce in oversold territory on high volume, it makes me think that, hey, it might be time now that they might see a bounce back up at least to this trend line. So that can go from $45, potentially up to the $50 range, if I'm correct, or it might even potentially break through. So I would say, which would be a really cool opportunity on this one, is to pick it up, not like right here at opening at 46, but it would be nice to be able to pick it up down here a little bit farther, and maybe my stop loss just below the low of it, because as you know, with the virus going around, you don't know what can happen with these stocks. I'm just strictly from technical analysis standpoint, this looks like a good opportunity to capture a bounce to the upside. As you see here, it came down and it bounced up all the way to the trend line before, so it'd be really nice to see this bad boy just bounce right up. That'd be a couple dollars, almost $4 or $5 a share gain. So this, I like this one. LNG. Here we go. On to the next. All right, the next ticker symbol is AAL. This is American Airlines. You know what? Honestly, all airlines kind of look like this right now. But let's just go ahead and hop into it. Huge, huge, huge pullback. It's very steep, like most stocks right now. But it's in this way oversold territory. We had a lot of volume come in, and then if you pay close attention to the MACD, it looks like the volume's kind of curling over here a little bit. However, the MACD is still very, very bearish. So I think potentially we might be able to see a little bit of a bounce here, at least maybe like a dead cat bounce, where it would just basically, let me see if I can draw this out, basically come up like this, and come back downwards to the downside, if downwards momentum still presents itself. But American Airlines, it's obviously a good company, very well-known airline. It's just getting hammered right now. So be careful with this one, but I think it's about time to see some sort of dead cat bounce, especially now that it's the weekend, right? And then it rallied from down here, the 15 level, and it closed up here at almost $16. I think we might see it move up a little bit into the week ahead, and maybe see some weakness if it reaches into this zone over here, and then continue to the downside or maybe to the upside. So I think this is a good opportunity. Still, American Airlines, that's that ticker symbol. Let's move on to the next one. Next ticker symbol, TTOO. Ooh, yeah. So I like this. if you, let me see. Okay, so it's kind of a down channel, right? You see these blue lines, these straight lines going downwards, kind of a, and then I'm doing the channel because if you look at this data point there, data point there, data point there, data point there, and then finally broke up to the upside of that kind of descending little triangle right here, this pattern, came up and then stopped out here and started moving and creating lower highs and then kind of getting hit here. But then you see the bounce point around here. So now what I'm thinking is like this hammer candle, that's one good sign that a bounce is coming, because this was one big red candle, right? It was basically, let me see if I can draw this out again. It basically looked like this at a point, right? Which is pretty bearish. But then it bounced from this level of support up this round. So I'm thinking maybe we can see this come back up into the trend line. I don't necessarily know if it's going to break through this trend line and head more up to the upside, but I think this is a good risk versus reward trade where if you can pick up shares, maybe in this range right around here, or however you want to play it. Like maybe you want to buy it out on the break. I don't really know how you want to do it, but I would say a good stop loss would be like right underneath this point, and then I would like to buy in around here. And then yeah, if I can capture a trade to the move up, like that's definitely 3-to-1 risk right there. And on top of all of that, you have a lot of volume coming in, way over average amount of volume if you look back in history. So shit-a-ba-dang, baby. So yeah, I think that's a good opportunity. This is ticker symbol TTOO. Let's move on to our next one. Our next one is OPK. This is just a monster. It had a monster move from way down here to $1.40 to basically let's say $1.50 all the way up to basically $3 in 2 days, 2.5 days, 3 days, whatever. 100% move. So, but this is what I thought was kind of cool about this. One, yes, it's due for a pullback, right? It's overbought, and lots of volume coming in, okay, on this downwards move. This is a pretty bearish candle, right? It basically is saying, hey, it opened here, came up to here, and then it dropped all the way back down to here, and then closed right here on the day. So very bearish looking candle. And when I drew out the Fibonacci retracement, which I don't really use too often because it's not necessary. You don't need to use this if you just look with your eyes, right? But check this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make this a little bigger. If I go from right here to right here, that's too big of a line. Let me redo that. Let me go. Okay. If you notice right here to basically right here, draw a horizontal line. Oops, that wasn't really too horizontal, but you get what I'm saying. It was basically a horizontal line. That right there acted as an area of support, right? So, first it like broke through. I guess it should be green, but then it kind of bounced from it, and then broke through to the downside. Okay, and if you look at this area, it also is pretty clear level of it's just support throughout this. I did the low of this candle, basically all the way onto here. It's pretty even, where it came all the way down and then found some support here, support, moved, found some support, bounce, some support, bounce, and then kind of like broke through just a little bit, and then boom, took off. So that's where I kind of drew out the Fibonacci retracement, and it's very interesting. So it came down and broke through the $2.35. If this don't chase it, but if it could come down to this nice, probably an area that a lot of traders are going to be looking at, the $2 range, maybe come in at $2.05 or $2.07, and then a stop loss at $1, just basically below this range right there, where there's previous levels of of just data points of previous levels of support. So maybe, just above a $1.90, $1.95, $1.94, $1.97, something like that, not too far from the two. It presents a really good opportunity for a good risk versus reward trade, because this looks like it could be potentially coming down here, bouncing from this fib level, and then moving maybe up to the upside again. So yeah, I think that might be a good opportunity. But we'll see if it can even reach down. Don't chase it. Geez, please don't chase it, because if you chase it and you're not patient, you get burned anyway. That's all I have for you guys for today. Those are the 4 ticker symbols I'll be paying close attention to coming into the week ahead. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.